Featuring family rooms and middle school talent shows, Grand Rapids band Leland Blue are hitting us with their latest release, Good Time, that dropped February 11th. Leland Blue pulls from their various sounds and inspirations from childhood sounds and also their households to create their magic. Please welcome Connor and Ben from Leland Blue.
Hello.
Hey!
Did you write that?
Oh my goodness, it fell. I don't know what I was.
Chaos. I did write that based off of multiple things that I've read. So.
That was great.
Good. I'm glad. I always feel like I need to set the tone with those, so the pressure's always on. I'm like, number one, if I get something wrong, which I have, and number two, if I just fuck something up, I have I don't have dyslexia, but I feel like I might as well. By half the time I read things, when you get in middle school and you're popcorn reading, that was my personal hell.
Yeah, it's horrifying. It's literally the reason I don't like reading out loud. Because out of nowhere, everyone in the class is staring at you, just 30 people on you. It's oh.
Yeah, it's just don't say the word wrong, and then you say and then it's done. Yeah. And just all of your social anxiety is done forever.
Yeah.
Well, just to get us started, what was the first thing you guys listened to this morning?
My alarm jingle.
Yeah, I haven't actually I haven't quite gotten to the part of the day where I'm I haven't even showered yet, and that is usually where I get in my mental headspace. It depends, so I don't know.
But currently the first album by Always is queued up on the turntable right in front of me. So let's just count that.
Yeah, we can count that.
Because I'll probably turn it on.
Nice. Mm-hmm. We'll count that. I have been every once in a while I'll turn on music to sleep, but not sometimes it's the Lumineers, I'm not gonna lie, and I've just woken up and now I know every single song in their discography from heart. But I listened to weird sound waves last night, so I woke up and I was I feel like I'm in a trance. Which is an interesting way to wake up. So also, can you guys just introduce yourselves and what you do in the band? Sorry, I kind of forgot that part.
No. I'm Ben. Ben Robertson, Connor's brother, and I write, play guitar, and sing in Leland Blue.
I'm Connor, Ben's brother, and I play the drums, and I also write in Leland Blue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so your brothers, that's obvious, and I feel like that's the thing probably people most often talk about when you do interviews, so I will try my best not to grind on that because I'm sure that gets frustrating.
We've spent all this together, so
it definitely is a focal point of the band.
So. Yeah. And you also have a cousin in the band, correct?
Yeah. We do.
So I'm sure that is also just family band, stereotype. So we'll try to not grind on that a ton, but I'm a big person of I grew up around listening to exactly what my parents listened to, whether that be Led Zeppelin and country and you know Motown type of stuff. What did that look like for you guys growing up in the house?
Well, Led Zeppelin definitely.
Yeah, that was a huge one.
Yeah,
we kind of got a rock and roll side from our dad. He would always show us Led Zeppelin and Queen and Van Halen.
You're missing out on a super important one.
Kiss.
Yeah,
Rush.
It's kind of embarrassing, but
what, Kiss?
Yeah, we were
I feel like everyone's gone through a Kiss phase.
No, but we were I feel like you're kind of skipping over. We were members of the Kiss army. We were little children, ready for some Kiss. It was kind of hilarious.
We were never faces painted.
Yeah,
we were never registered, but
yeah,
I don't think we were old enough to be in the Kiss army.
Oh, I got a little Kiss army too.
But yeah, and then our mom, she used to be when she was in college in the 70s, she was a DJ. So she would always show us the funk and R&B and stuff that she used to spin in her DJ sets and stuff. So yeah, we kind of grew up with both of those influences pretty steadily.
And getting into music, did that affect what you guys listened to, kind of being around peers and stuff, and maybe that was stuff you were not showing them that was oh, this isn't cool right now and whatever, 2005 or whatever. Did that kind of make you guys want to stand out and kind of show other people what you were listening to?
I feel like we kind of always, I feel like we were never super in the loop about what was actually cool when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But because I remember, like, didn't one of your teachers do a thing where like
Yeah,
someone
I was
could,
literally
yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna say when like yeah, fifth grade. Like this is like probably for me at least like peak Kiss era. Like was still listening to Detroit Rock City every day. But like yeah. So in my class we had like rewards and like it was just like little stuff. But one of them was you could bring like a CD into class and that's what we would listen to for the duration of the day. And so one girl, like the week before me, brought in Hannah Montana, and I remember like my teacher was just like, "Oh my god, I love Hannah Montana," and I was just like, "I can't not wait to bring in Kiss next week." And so I
If you
got
like
the
Hannah
awards.
Montana, you're gonna love
Just
this
wait
shit.
for that, yeah. But I like brought in my Kiss CD. I was so excited, and then Mrs. So it was Mrs. FR, but that was short for Mrs. Flegenheimer Riggle. I cannot make this up. I know. It was like a joint last name, Flegenheimer and Riggle, but it's just like crazy. Um, but yeah, I brought in Kiss. She was like, "You can't listen to that in class," and told me to bring headphones the next day for it. So I did that. I brought the
Yeah.
headphones.
That's
It's-
rude. She
It
should have let you
wasn't.
play it.
I remember feeling very like ostracized. I was like, "Come on, just because I didn't listen to Hannah Montana, like you guys don't want to listen with me."
You don't want to listen to Kiss? Come on. Fifth
Yeah,
grade? Normal. It's when I was in third grade, I got really into Fall Out Boy because I had an older brother who was really into it. So like naturally, like I stole a CD and I was like, "This is what I listen to now." And
Mhm.
like I just remember like taking it to like a slumber party or something, and people were like, "What are you doing? Like, am I more than you bargained for yet?" Like, yeah, I'm in third grade. Like, like singing Patrick Stump's lyrics. Like, yeah.
It's
So I
fun.
definitely feel that. And kind of where did like the music scene in Michigan fall? Like I don't know a ton about other music scenes other than my own and like where I lived for college. And I'm learning more, as I do this podcast. But what did the Michigan one look like?
Um, I think in like, I mean, when we kind of like started getting involved in the scene, it was definitely um, like kind of transitioning into like a more like like the classic like Midwest like indie like emo kind of thing. Um, but I think for a long time it was like a lot of just like hardcore and punk rock, especially like in Detroit. Like most of our friends that we've made in the music scene are like in like kind of like indie bands now as far as like that genre and sound goes, but like came from like pop punk and
Yeah,
hardcore. So
it's kind of funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's such a pop or pop words a line from going from like alt pop, pop punk, like that type of thing, and just like the I can't think of the word now. I'm like blanking. Um, but like I was super into pop punk in high school, as you are in a suburb, and then now I'm like fully like indie alt pop. Like that's where I live right
It's
now,
funny how
Yeah.
like there
and it's
is sort of like yeah line that like runs continuously through like Indian pop punk. I don't know, very
yeah.
distinct energy, but like yeah, it's kind of funny how that.
It's like angry sad goes to like happy sad.
Yep.
Mhm.
It all is all in the same. Did you guys participate in the scene at all during high school, or was that kind of coming after? How old are you
And
guys? Also,
it was
I'm
yeah
20.
in
We're about to be well, yeah, 22 and kind of 21,
yeah.
but yeah.
Um,
okay.
yeah. We started this band when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Holy cow!
So yeah,
Yeah.
so like we kind of just did like local like things in our little hometown and stuff for a while until like we were all graduated. But
We
we were
didn't
kind of like
start Leland Blue at least until like senior year, my senior year.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
But we kind of got it going like early on in high school.
yeah,
But we didn't really get super involved in the scene until
yeah.
after high school for sure. But
Do you think the sound of like the kind of like pop punk scene kind of shaped what you guys wanted to do? I feel like Leland Blue was not very much Pop punk.
Oh,
I
So
don't.
is that because you guys wanted to do something different that stood out, or was it just kind of what you guys wanted to do personally?
it
Well,
was
so where we grew up is this little, like it's not little, like it's like
a
a
modest little suburb
it's a
town,
modest
like,
town called
yeah,
Midland, Michigan,
yeah,
and it's smack dab in the middle of Michigan,
yeah,
and it's kind of a bubble. So we didn't really know like what the music scene
yeah. There is
or
like
looked
wasn't
like when
really
we
one.
were when
Yeah.
like we went to like our dad's like local gigs and stuff and
Hmm.
like saw him shredding and with like the like like with the dad band kind of thing. But like we knew we wanted to be in a band, so we were kind of
Yeah,
just we were when we started Leland Blue, we were kind of just discovering the Michigan music scene. So we didn't know that it came from like pop punk and that whole deal until long after.
yeah.
But
I feel like it had been kind of like more indie bands were kind of popping up around the
yeah,
time that we started like playing more scenes like outside of like Midland, Michigan. Yeah, but it
So
wasn't weird though. Definitely like not like knowing anything about how like anything about really a music scene, and then
hmm
just like going trying to like weave ourselves into one.
yeah,
yeah, and I'm sure like trying to book shows and like get on ballots, and you're like, I don't even know half these people, and all of them are, I'm sure, like very like
yeah.
we know everybody, so trying to break into that, I'm sure was probably
Well,
a pain.
we are very. I think we're particularly lucky because we're really good friends with Jason Singer from the band Michigander. I don't know if you know of
Yeah.
Michigander. Okay, um, but he grew up in Midland too, so um, we were buddies. Like we met Jason through a couple of other people, and like he knew that we were like starting a band and had heard some of our songs and thought we were cool, and like we knew that he was like kind of in a band too. So we just got together, and he kind of like mentored us through starting a a band and like kind of like introduced us to like the first like group of people that like we met in the scene. So that helped us kind of like break into it a little quicker.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
And kind of, I mean, obviously you guys are brothers, but what is the like romantic tale that brought all you guys together to make music?
I mean, it's like pretty simple. We were seriously Connor started playing drums like pretty young, probably like 7 years old or something, and then I was like jealous because my dad and Connor were like jamming together. So yeah, I like grabbed a guitar shortly after, and then Satchel was like, "Oh, you guys are." Satchel's our cousin. He was like, "Oh, you guys are jamming together now. I want to play." And he picked up a bass, and then next thing you know, we got a little trio. Yeah, and then we started playing like talent shows and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were playing like talent shows and like cover sets and stuff from like my last year at elementary school up
yeah.
until like we started Leland Blue.
Yeah, it was kind of
What?
funny. I remember being like Satchel and I are only a year ahead of Connor, so we were in 6th grade, and there was like the Northeast Middle School talent show, and we wanted to do Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and we were like, well, Connor's got to be able to do it, and so we had to like ask the like elementary school if he could come over because the schools were right next to each other, but we were like, it was just funny because
It
fifth
was
grade Connor got
so
to
cool
come.
for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah,
Elementary school and
yeah.
a middle school playing a
Just
show.
shredding, like
That's what he said.
killing it on the drums.
Yeah.
I like how you were just like, yeah, I just picked up a bass, picked up a guitar. That's it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I got to pick first, so
yeah, yeah, we picked first.
yeah.
You were like, I guess I'll play guitar. It's
Uh,
Whatever.
we'll figure it out. That's so cool.
I was
yeah.
just
I
like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no good, you're good.
Yeah, for guitar, I was just like, my dad can help me out if I'm like struggling at any point, so it was nifty.
I
Just
wanted
makes
to pick
sense.
up guitar at first, like when I was like really little, because I remember having like a little toy guitar. Like there's a picture of me
Oh
in
yeah.
like these crazy pajamas with like a little toy guitar, and so I just remember like thinking that it was like way too hard, and then I just like wanted to hit stuff. So drums was the natural progression.
Yeah, as you do. Hitting stuff is pretty fun, especially when it sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I obviously want to talk about the newer singles, but
Hmm.
in 2017 you guys released Sophia, is that right? Which
Yes.
Yes, that sounds right.
has, I checked yesterday, well over 3 million streams, which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
It's
Can you
crazy.
kind of talk about the rise of that and like how that happened? And I know that like for me, because when I heard from your pal that I'm really bad with names, but I don't remember his name.
Landry.
Yeah, Landry. I was
Yeah.
like, I immediately recognized your guys' name because Sophia was on like every one of my playlists last year from Spotify. That was like, here's Allie's like release radar or Allie's weekly, like every. I swear to God, like it popped up so many times, so I immediately recognized the name.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I was really excited. But like for you guys, like was Spotify a huge player in that of like just throwing you guys on playlists out of nowhere?
Literally, like they
Yeah.
were the only player. Not, I shouldn't say it
I
like that,
mean,
but
the people who like kept like listening to it are obviously like probably the biggest part of that, but because I don't think Spotify would have kept throwing it on their like algorithm playlists if people like weren't listening to it. But
that's
yeah,
true.
we put it out, and after a couple months, it had like a couple hundred streams, like maybe 1,000 or so, like, and we were stoked because we didn't know like what was going on,
Yeah.
and
Literally no idea.
yeah, and then we put out our second single ever, "Cold Comfort," and that song got on Discover Weekly because I remember waking up one morning and seeing that it had like 15,000 streams, and I was like, "We're famous."
Going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that single getting on that playlist kind of helped Sophia like get on some other playlists, and then Sophia just kind of like went crazy,
Yeah.
and which is cool because like it never got on like the big like Spotify editorial playlists and stuff. It just kept on landing on people's like For You, or I guess, or like Discover Weekly, and people just kept listening to it. So yeah, it felt like that song's growth was like really organic.
Mhm.
That's
Which
awesome.
feels
And I think that's probably like the best type of growth because like people hear that song, they want to listen to more, and then all of a sudden they're following you, and then it's, how many monthly listeners and that
right.
whole game on Spotify, which is absolutely insane. And
Yeah,
congratulations alone on that. Like I think
Thank
that's
you.
super awesome.
a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think growth right now, especially with Spotify, I feel like makes it so hard because there's just like an overwhelming amount of music and like anybody can, really put out a song.
Yeah.
So I think that, especially with TikTok, also like being a whole other realm
That's
of music
huge.
discovery.
Yeah.
That's one we're still trying to figure out.
Yeah, that is the one. I think everyone's trying to crack the code on TikTok. It's crazy.
Yeah, we've had a couple people we've talked to who have had like the one or two that have like gone viral, and then like it's like for me it's like a question of a fan is like how do you like keep up with that? Like I have no idea how you keep up with that. Like do you continue on TikTok or do you just like be like no, push over here? It's like what the
Right.
fuck? And I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was. It was an artist that I'm blanking on the name. Chelsea Cutler posted a whole thing about like an artist versus like content creation
Yeah.
and how like this world is like actually like so content heavy and like that's
Yeah.
not
It
what you guys
is.
really want to do. Well,
No,
I'm not to you guys
I
specifically, but
must have seen
For
like a
sure.
similar. It was like I saw an article. It might have been that same one, but it was, yeah, like highlighting like the fact that most artists do not necessarily like. I mean, sure, it can be fun and creative sometimes to do a certain TikTok, but like I feel like at the end of the day, it's not TikTok is not why anyone's doing music. It's like, so yeah, it does kind of get a little tricky to like convince yourself like, oh, just gotta play the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
And last October you guys released VHS. And most recently, as we're recording this, you haven't released it, but I have heard it. And then once we hear this, people will have heard it. Good Time, which I think is so great. And I think that you guys really play this great line of like nostalgia, but also like freshness, which is evident from like your personal choices of music and what you grew up on. Can you kind of talk about these last two tracks and what the future of the next couple tracks maybe will look like?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, with all these like songs kind of coming up, it was like a different writing process than we've kind of used in the past. Like, I think with our last EP, with like Lying to Myself and and Restless, we were kind of like honing in on like a new way of like kind of crafting how we want our songs to sound and stuff. Like, we're doing a little bit more like demo recording and everything. And then we like obviously with quarantine and the pandemic, we've just had a lot more time to like explore that stuff. So like VHS was kind of like the first one that we had instrumentally where we were like, this is like something pretty sweet. Like we gotta like do something with that. So we actually had the instrumental VHS kind of like ready to go for like maybe like a month or two, but we just didn't really know like what else we wanted to do with it. So yeah, we actually had Jason from Michigan come to our little basement studio and did a little writing, and yeah, and then VHS was born. Yeah, but I don't know. For Good Time though, that one's like for me personally my
Yeah, one's
like
your baby.
yeah. I mean, I just feel like I'd like kind of like am like venting a lot in that song, and like I didn't really know what I was like saying necessarily when I was like I kind of like spit the chorus out just like mumbling a little bit, but I don't know, I feel like I kind of accidentally landed on like just like this like slew of like this weird emotion where like I feel like I'm like not I don't know, not like enjoying myself like in the place I'm at right now, but I like really want to like push like really hard to like get out of my comfort zone as well, and like not necessarily be scared of like an outcome. So yeah, yeah. That's kind of like the arching emotion of that
Yeah.
one.
When we started that song, I was going through like a really like another like heavy strokes phase. So I was messing around in our studio and just like put down like a drum track that was like the beat from Hard to Explain, because I just wanted to write a song that like gave me the feeling that Hard to Explain gave me when I listened to that song. So I started that, and then I like walked away from it for a little bit, and when I came back to it, then I put like like some guitars and stuff on it, and like pretty much had like the whole song written. So like I don't know, something clicked in Ben's mind that just like spewed this like
Yeah,
this song out, which is
So it was
awesome.
a good time.
was
a good
Ah. Terrible puns.
So it starts.
yeah.
And you kind of touched on this a little bit, Ben, but for you guys and the pandemic, did that affect the release cycles, or was it kind of like a new, I guess, I don't want to say like rebirth, because I feel like that's like not the best word, but kind of like a refresh for you guys to kind of take a step back
It
and
does.
like look at the way you're releasing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like quarantine kind of felt like a reset button for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the first year of COVID just gave us a lot of time to kind of like explore or like new ideas, and like it gave us a lot of time to sit with songs that we were creating too and keep going back to them and improving them before like we record. It really just like it
Yeah.
slowed down the whole process for us.
Yeah.
Which I think was really beneficial to our creativity.
Yeah.
Um,
Kind of figuring out what we want to do.
yeah. So we spent that whole like all of 2020 kind of just like chilling, and we put our last EP out in 2020 as well, but it was all finished before quarantine.
Yeah.
So we spent that year just like writing new stuff, and just spending a lot of time to like get it to like a place where we were like really, really happy with it. And then we spent all of last year recording the new material and just getting ready to kind of like
putting like
just,
promotion
like,
and stuff together,
yeah,
like trying to
we're just
figure out
getting
the whole package.
we were just getting ready to kind of like have a crazy 2022, just
Pretty
like
much,
drop
yeah.
a bunch of shit in 2022.
Yeah.
Can
So-
you tease anything? Or like, is it an EP? Are we just getting a bunch of singles? Is there more music videos? Which also your guys' music videos are like absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Landry's team
Yeah,
does them,
Landry.
the last couple, if I'm not mistaken, which are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they do a great
That's such
job.
a good job.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
A lot of singles.
Yeah.
Eventually an EP, but
Yeah. It's gonna be. We're kind of doing it like we're trying to just play Spotify with the times. So like,
Heck
I
yeah.
think we're probably gonna do like an EP as singles, and then obviously it'll be like a whole package. And they all like are together. Like it's an EP that's just gonna be, segmented for the algorithm. But
we're gonna try to drop something like every like month or two.
yeah.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
so obviously, definitely a consistent flow of it. Yeah.
And you guys are about to do a little tour in the next couple days, actually. As we're recording this with Stay Outside.
Yeah.
You want to little promote that? Well,
Yeah.
it might be too late by the time we release this, but do you want to kind of talk about that?
Well, I mean, hey, it's never too late, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're hitting a few cities with Stay Outside. We're starting in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Appleton, Chicago, Davenport, Indianapolis, Grand Rapids, Nashville. That's it.
Boom.
It's gonna be great.
Wait, this is like super random, but like I just meant to say something about it to literally anyone, and I'm gonna do it right now. But like I was watching the Willem Dafoe SNL, and like I'd never heard of Appleton, Wisconsin, but they like make like a big deal about Appleton, Wisconsin.
No way.
Yeah.
Did they?
Because I guess he's like from Appleton or something.
Whoa.
So now I know I'm gonna be like, hey, just like when we're at them, we're like, hey, you guys got your big moment on SNL.
That's awesome.
Like if
That's
I
incredible.
Michigan got a shout out on SNL, I'll be like, although I think Appleton's probably a lot bigger than Michigan. Anyway,
No, honestly.
I don't know anything. about Appleton.
Anything like off of the East Coast, like Tennessee is where you lose me. Like, I have no idea. I'm going to be completely honest.
That's fair.
I also did want to mention, I was listening to Good Time in prep for this, and it is like, to me, it encompasses like the perfect like midnight drive sound.
Oh,
And I just wanted to applaud you on that because I like look for that in every fucking song because that is just like what I like to do. Like even if it's like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, like I want to that like perks of being a wallflower like under the tunnel. Like I want that all the time. So I'm very excited for this to drop, and it will be on like multiple of my personal playlists, not just the ones that Spotify gives it to me.
I feel like for a lot of what like the next like a record that we're dropping or like the following singles, I feel like we definitely chased like that I don't want to say like psychedelic, but just kind of like euphoric, like coasting, but like with a rock and roll twist.
Like the midnight drive thing, like I totally like I absolutely feel you on that. Like if that was a genre, like that would be like the genre. Or like my personal favorite as well. But like I think that's what definitely we were trying to go for, like that kind of like I don't want to say like cinematic quality necessarily, but like I feel like when we're like I'm trying to figure out like the sonics and everything of the song, like we kind of want to like put you somewhere.
We don't want to
Like-
say
like,
psychedelic and cinematic, but it's really psychedelic and cinematic.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to say those things, but like
It makes sense. It makes sense.
go for it, yeah.
Like if you had to put two words together, that's 100%. Like if you like it, that clicks in my head when I like think about good times. So I'm
Nice.
very excited to hear more tracks this year, and
Oh, yeah.
also I'm assuming visual content that will. I'm assuming.
There
Okay,
will be some visual content.
Yeah.
Yes.
can't
Yeah.
say TikToks, I'm sure, but like I'm assuming like videos and stuff like that, which is great, and I'm really excited for all of that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Uh, Do you guys want to game play? My words are. I told you like this. I don't. I'm not dyslexic, but I feel like I'm
No, I
dyslexic
know.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I do
Do you
that.
guys want to play a game called Quick Pick, where I tell you a specific scenario and then you tell me the first song that comes to your head?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Perfect. So the first one, there's just three. Each of you can give a different answer. You're walking home at night and the noise of the city, hustle and bustle, whatever city that looks like for you. It's just very calming. What song do you have to walk you home? I picked the song Rome by Dermot Kennedy. I'm a big Dermot Kennedy fan. His
Nice.
stuff just like gives me the chills, and I feel like that would be the one for me.
For
Totally.
sure. I have mine for sure. It's a song called Tate parentheses How I Feel by Fred again. It's like a really sick, like ethereal, like house track, with like these like this really awesome like chopped up vocal sample. But literally, like this song starts with like I think it's like a subway kind of sound, like a subway in a station, and like it definitely just gives me like I'm like trekking through the city at nighttime vibes.
I was walking through the streets of Soho in Manhattan in September, and I was actually listening to Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
Oh
Yeah,
And,
that's a good one.
yeah, so that's probably mine, just because I have a direct memory of that like scenario.
Just like a core memory for you.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, just
Heck yeah.
Sledgehammer in the city.
Yeah. So the second one is whatever sport you're deciding to play in your head for this. You get to choose your walk-off song or walk-on song, whether that be baseball, football, whatever that looks like. What is it going to be for you? Mine is my personal favorite song of all time, September, Earth, Wind, and
Oh
Fire.
yeah,
Only song that would just be like, yeah, let's fucking go.
that's good.
Great, that's a really good one. Um,
I think mine would be Freelance by Toro y Moi.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
just literally like starts like and I would walk out just dancing to it. It'd feel great.
yeah. Shit. Probably like, damn.
It's a tricky one.
Dude, yeah, because
It's
I
like-
have like a couple of options in my head, but I'm
It's like what's gonna get you?
I'm replaying the scene and just like, okay, so
The power of love.
the two that I'm going for, that's a great one.
That would be
I
a
didn't
good
even
one.
think
I
of
know
that.
that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Okay,
The
I have
Power of Love,
three
Back to the
options.
Future.
Power of Love by Huey Lewis and
Yeah.
the News,
Yeah.
The Night Away by
Oh.
Van Halen, or
Yes.
Take a Chance on Me by ABBA.
Oh, is it good?
All great ones. Oh my god, those are good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. I also thought like I feel like Barbie Girl would be a good one, but I think that's like two on the nail. You
That was
know, it's
funny.
like yeah, we get it. Or like I feel like Taylor Swift. Like I've been like a really big Taylor Swift phase. It's ridiculous. Anything by her, I would probably choose to. And the last one we have is that you are driving home from a date. You're the person driving the car, whatever reason, and you have the date in the car. It went terribly. Everything that could go wrong in the date went wrong. What do you pick to pick the song of the emotion to leave? I am going Taylor Swift. Did something bad. I think anything in that Reputation era for me would just be like, I don't care what's happening in the passenger seat. I'm just gonna be doing me over here.
Yeah. Oh damn, that was a good one. I might do something in a similar vein though. Like I was thinking like the first thing that came to mind was what's Big Wheel by Samia.
Ooh.
Just like super
That's a good one.
like chill. I try not to get like super. I feel like after a really bad day, I wouldn't necessarily be like really sad. I'd just be like, damn, that was like a weird thing. And that song, I feel like, would just kind of put me in a nice, like, melancholy headspace where I can just kind of be like, yep, that happened, and
We're not going to talk about it.
yeah, it's chill. Like, we're just gonna move on.
Heck yeah.
And I don't even know. Is the date in the car with me?
Yeah. You're
Oh,
driving him home.
that's
Yeah,
what's
you're
up.
driving him home.
Oh, I guess I didn't catch that part.
Yeah.
Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Oh my god.
Just both headbang. Just pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah. Shoot, I honestly don't know. I would probably, I'd probably just put on like something by the Beatles.
Elevator music. Oh,
No, the song is something.
yeah. Okay.
That's good. I love asking that last one in like everyone because I think everyone's reactions to it are different, and I like choosing a different one every time. So I've picked like WAP before, just like what was the most uncomfortable song can I pick, or just like the most comforting, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I would honestly change my answer to like elevator music. Like, there's an elevator music playlist that I love on Spotify. It is great, just really good instrumental music, but like it's definitely elevator music, and I feel like that would just be like a nice, weird.
I put on Holiday.
It'd make me laugh.
I put on Holiday by Turnstile.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Something
I've gotten
was-
like really into Turnstile the last couple weeks. I'm very excited
They're
about
so
it.
great. Yeah, they're great.
And they're local to me, which I love
Oh,
love to
true.
see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank
Well, thank you guys for playing. I have one final question for you guys. Musicians have the ability and the platforms to leave a mark on the world in so many ways, either bigger or smaller. As a band, what is the kind of mark you guys want to make?
Damn. For me personally, like the music that's like made the most impact on my life is like, just like really honest and like almost like critical songwriting. So like when I listen to an artist, I can like reflect on that within myself and kind of like feel inspired in that way, and also feel like I can like feel like safe within an artist too. Like there's always like one band that like whatever phase in my life that I like go back to for like a long time, just because I find so much comfort in what they're saying or how they sound, and like I just want to provide comfort like that. Like
Yeah.
like that.
I think like making a point of like showing people that like their human experience is so unique to them, but it can also be like everyone's experience can also be like similar at the same time, and like
Yeah.
letting people know that like I don't know, just like
You're not alone, or like
Yeah.
I mean, like, not to sound like corny, but like that is important to like know that, you know, someone's feeling like a similar thing as you, or is like has like worked through a similar thing or whatever. Like yeah, like not to like spoil anything, but I guess for like a little tease, like I did like write a song about like it's like just my nicotine addiction, but like that's like a pretty like that's a hard thing for me to try to work around. So like I like wrote a song about that that's going to be coming out within this single cycle, and I don't know, I definitely hope that people can kind of relate to that as well, you know, or not like relate, but like find comfort in that, because it's been something that's tricky for me. So yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. If you want to plug anything, your socials, throw them at me. We got this.
Yeah, we're Leland Blue Band on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
Facebook.
I guess.
If you use Facebook, if you use Meta now.
That's true. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out today. It was so nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Leland Blue. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.